Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962 starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, we're going to be bringing you a size comparison between three different cameras: the Minox 35 GT, the Rollei 35, and the Olympus XA1. All three of these cameras have been touted as the world's smallest commercially available 35mm film camera. Now, when they originally came out, and the Rollei came out first, I could certainly believe that possibly it was the smallest production camera. However, maybe that's going to be challenged as we look at some later entries. So I'm trying to line them all up height-wise here. And you can see lengthwise, maybe the Rollei is slightly smaller and the Minox and the Olympus are probably about the same as far as length. As far as height goes, let's take a look here. I think the Minox easily has the least amount of height. It's even, well, the Olympus is pretty small. Minox is here in the middle. If I take the Rollei and include all of the underside gear on there, it's easily the tallest. So by no way the smallest. I think the Minox probably has the lowest form factor. As far as width goes, between these two, they look probably about the same, collapsed. However, this bulges probably a little more than this, so I'll probably give this to the Minox. However, if we take and if we extend the lenses, you can see that easily the Minox, the Olympus easily extended wise has the least depth. The Rollei extended, I guess, would be in the middle, and the Minox would have the most extended dimension. Go ahead and collapse these. So let's see, we've done length, we've done width, two different ways, and as far as height goes, well, once again, if we consider the Rollei with all of the underside gear here, it's probably tallest. If we even it up, it might be a toss-up between, if you eliminate all the stuff on the bottom, well, the stuff from this top is still protruding. I think we'll have to say that the Rollei 35 is probably the tallest. And I would say the Minox, once again, comes in smallest as far as height. Weight-wise, easily the Rollei weighs the most. It's made of metal, of course, and the primary construction for both the Olympus and the Minox is plastic, and they're probably about the same weight. I can't really discern any weight difference. This is noticeably heavier, the Rollei 35. So other differences is that both the Minox and the Olympus, Olympus has a battery compartment here. Minox has the battery compartment here, and both of these cameras require that a battery be inserted in order for the camera to operate. However, the Rollei 35, while indeed it does take a battery, that battery is only for the light meter. All of the rest of the operation of the camera, both the aperture and the shutter speed and the shutter, are all, you have to be extended in order to fire the shutter. Those all work independently of the battery being in, so they will all function without a light meter. And in fact, the light meter on this camera is inoperative, so I never put a battery in, and I just shoot Sunny 16 with this. Works great. I absolutely love it. The other two cameras I have made videos about. I haven't made another video about the Olympus yet, so let's just cover it really quickly. On the front of the camera here, we have the aperture control. We can go from f/22 all the way down to f/2.8. You can't really shoot Sunny 16 with this because this is an aperture priority camera. You set the aperture and then the camera goes ahead and sets the shutter speed for you. You can see what the shutter speed is going to be when you look through the lens. And if you can see over there in the left hand side, perhaps you can see the demarcations for the different shutter speeds and then the needle pointing to, which shutter speed it's going to shoot at. Once again, the battery needs to be in the camera and working in order for the shutter to work properly. However, this camera has an advantage over the other two. The other two cameras are zone focusing cameras. This camera is a true rangefinder, and there's a little rangefinder down here. You can see the depth of field if you look up here, and you can see it goes from infinity all the way down to 0.85 meters. On the top here we have the exposed frame counter. This is the slide cover that turns the camera on, activates the camera, and this is the film rewind reel and also serves as the mechanism to open the back of the camera. You just, gosh dang it, you just flip this up and there's a little, this is how you rewind the film. And then there's a little arrow here telling you the proper rewind direction. And gosh, I wish I didn't do that. It's my fault for having nails too short. You just do the normal kind of pull up on the rewind knob, and you can open up the back. There's your pressure plate right there, your take-up spool. The shutter is a shutter that's in the lens. Should be able to fire it here. Maybe you can see it open and close. There. And then your unexposed film, brand new film roll would go there. On the bottom of the camera we have, well, when the film door is open, there we go. When the film door is open, on the bottom of the camera you have the little lever here to do your rangefinder focusing. You also have a setting here for the ASA. At the very bottom you have the door for the battery. You have the little button for the film rewind. When you want to rewind the film, you just take the button, you push the button in, you don't have to hold the button down, and then you can just go ahead and rewind your film. And then we have on the very side over here, we have a little switch that allows you to take a selfie or check the battery, or it'll give you a 1.5 exposure correction. And when it's in self-timer mode, this little guy should blink. So we should be able to wind on the camera. This is how you advance the film, cock the shutter, your viewfinder here on the back. And if we're in timer mode, we should be able to, oh, this has to be open all the way. Very finicky about that. Then the shutter fires, well, it doesn't fire, it goes into self-timer mode. You can see the little LED blinking. And somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds, it'll go ahead and take the picture. Deet, deet, deet. Okay, and then we close this to protect the lens and turn the camera off. This is the Olympus XA1. We ran this, we put some film in this, ran it around the block. I'll be taking those pictures and including them at the very end of this video. So, at this point in time, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers. And please stay tuned and enjoy the photo gallery at the end. Thank you.